The Beyond Burger tastes like a delicious beef patty, but it's got more beets than beef. Out of the 18 ingredients listed on Beyond's website, some are familiar, while others are a little less so. Keep watching to discover what you're really eating when you bite into a Beyond Burger. There are 20 grams of protein in a Beyond Burger, the same amount you'll find in a regular beef patty at Burger King. In the Beyond patty, much of that comes from pea protein. What is pea protein, you may ask? It's not peas exactly, but rather an extract of the proteins in split peas. This makes it a vegetarian and dairy-free alternative to animal protein, and a popular ingredient for vegan protein shakes and protein bars. Pea protein's nutritional benefits include 9 essential amino acids, although it's not a complete protein source. Unfortunately, extracting the protein from the plant results in leaving behind some of the good stuff, like magnesium, folate, and potassium. The other legume in a Beyond Burger is the mung bean. Despite its funny name, this little green gem of a bean is a powerhouse of nutrition. It contains lots of fiber, nutrients, and vitamins, and helps regulate blood sugar. Even in its extracted form, mung bean protein can help control blood pressure and is linked to increased brain development in infants. The non-legume protein in the Beyond Burger is brown rice protein. Along with the pea and mung bean, this makes the Beyond Burger a complete protein source, containing enough of the 9 amino acids that are required for optimum health. Other plant-based sources of complete protein include the likes of buckwheat and soy. Soy in particular is a common ingredient in veggie burgers and is found in the Impossible Burger, Beyond's biggest competition. But the Beyond Burger is unique in that it's a plant-based meat alternative that's completely soy-free. Although soy has its own health benefits, it's also pretty controversial. As Beyond Meat CEO Ethan Brown told CNET, consumers don't like soy, whether it's because the milk board's doing a really good PR job or what, I don't know. But consumers don't like soy, and that made everyone's job here really hard. Brown rice protein provides a way to increase protein consumption while avoiding the red and processed meats that researchers at the Harvard School of Public Health have linked to chronic illness and cancer. It's also easy to digest and suitable for lactose-intolerant people. The brown rice protein also serves to make the Beyond Burger coarser and more meat-like. Plant oils might sound more like something you'd put in your hair rather than eat, but canola oil gives the Beyond Burger a juicy, fatty flavor that mimics that of a meat patty. This dripping of plant oil simulates the way that a meat burger bleeds beefy juices when it's pressed down or bitten into. These plant oils also keep the burger moist while it's being cooked and help it retain its ground meat-like texture. Also keeping the Beyond Burger moist is sunflower lecithin. Lecithin is an emulsifying agent that helps bind together fats and non-fats, and using sunflower lecithin instead of the more common soy lecithin is another way that Beyond maintains a soy-free and GMO-free product. In addition to canola oil, the Beyond Burger also contains solid plant fats such as coconut oil and cocoa butter in its latest iteration. In June 2019, Beyond announced that they created a new meatier burger with mouth-watering marbling that would not only melt like beef fat, but further tenderize the meat as it did so. While these solid plant fats add to the juicy texture and taste, the refined coconut oil and cocoa butter are also used to create the illusion of small white flecks of fat dispersed evenly throughout the pink fake meat protein. This makes the act of cooking the Beyond Burger more similar to flipping actual beef patties, adding to the overall sensory experience from grocery store to kitchen to dinner plate. With the addition of coconut oil and cocoa butter, it's worth noting that the Beyond Burger isn't free of saturated fats. Its 6 grams of saturated fats are 30% of the daily recommended intake, which concerns some dietitians. But compared to a regular beef patty, the Beyond Burger has 25% less saturated fat, and all the saturated fats are still from plants.
Let's just take the amino acids, the fats, from another source and recreate those so that we're taking the animal entirely out of the equation.
The Beyond Burger is not carb-free, although its total is low at just 3 grams. A beef burger patty, on the other hand, is completely free of carbs. While many meat alternatives looked for meat-like structure in plant proteins, Beyond took a different approach and chose to build their product component by component. These components include texture, fat, flavor, aroma, and appearance. To maintain these different layers of texture and flavors, something is needed to act as a glue. That's where methylcellulose comes in. It's a chemical compound that's not naturally occurring, though it's quite common in a lot of food. It makes up less than 2% of the total weight of a Beyond Burger patty, but it's nevertheless vital in forming that fake meat into a patty. In addition to the methyl cellulose, potato starch is used as a thickening and binding agent, and that's where those carbs come from. Together, they allow the burger to hold its shape all the way from production to first bite. One other notable aspect about both methyl cellulose and potato starch is that they're gluten-free, meaning the Beyond Burger itself is also gluten-free. To try and replicate some of the vitamins and minerals you get from a meat patty, Beyond Burgers have both added calcium and iron. That added iron also serves another important function, as it makes the burger taste more like meat, or as Beyond puts it, it wakes up our taste buds with each bite. Besides the taste factor, why would Beyond go out of its way to add meat minerals? There are many potential health benefits to plant-based diets, but they come with concerns about the possibility of iron or calcium deficiencies. So some dietitians might recommend supplements to make up the difference. Although whether or not these concerns are well-founded is still up for debate in the medical community. Some doctors believe that the possibility of deficiencies is incredibly low, and that the bigger problem is actually the adverse side effects of these supplements. For example, Dr. John McDougall, a physician and nutrition expert, has noted, "More than a half-century of creative marketing by the meat, dairy, egg, and fish industries has produced fears surrounding non-existent deficiencies." In other words, while it's nice that the Beyond Burger provides 8% of your daily calcium and 25% of your daily iron, you probably don't need it. The Beyond Burger contains added salt, which can make it a problem for people on low-sodium diets. While the sodium in a typical beef patty is 75 milligrams, that figure in a Beyond Burger is 390 milligrams. Salt enhances the flavor of the Beyond Burger, and it's not uncommon for many vegan and vegetarian products to have unexpectedly high salt content. The Beyond Burger also contains potassium chloride, which is a common salt substitute that's sometimes used to lower the amount of sodium in food. It's generally considered safe for the average adult population, and as long as its use follows safety guidelines, it's a safe way to replace larger amounts of sodium chloride. But for people with kidney problems, consuming excess potassium chloride can be dangerous as the body is unable to eliminate excessive potassium. For the most part, though, while the Beyond Burger is high in sodium, it's still below the American Heart Association's recommendation of less than 1,500 milligrams per day, and the potassium chloride amount is safe as well. After creating the proteins and fats that make up the bulk of the Beyond Burger, the next step is to focus on the taste. This is where the natural flavors come in. These are what give the Beyond Burger its signature meaty taste and umami. According to a Beyond representative who spoke with Mashed, there are some 1,000 molecules that make up what we recognize as the flavor of a beef burger patty. Fortunately for a vegan meat company such as Beyond, the same flavor molecules also exist in plants. For example, one of those flavor molecules in beef is also found in parsley, according to the Beyond representative. But that doesn't mean you can chop up parsley and voila, it tastes like medium rare steak. Obviously, it's a much more scientific and complicated process than that. What Beyond does is go through these 1,000 flavor molecules, isolate what they are, and then search for the same ones in plants. Then they slowly build them up flavor by flavor and molecule by molecule. If all goes according to plan, eventually they come up with a combination that mimics the taste of beef. The Beyond Burger combination is quite specific and very secretive. Flavor making, whether it's for the Beyond Burger or any culinary concoction, is a very competitive industry, and the recipes tend to be a well-guarded point of pride. We don't just eat with our mouths, we also eat with our eyes, and that's no exception for the Beyond Burger. It's almost indistinguishable from ground beef in the grocery stores, and in fact, it's usually sold alongside the ground meats instead of with the other vegan meat substitutes. But there's one problem. A raw burger patty and a cooked burger patty look nothing alike. While one is a soft pink mush, the other is a brown caramelized disc that can hold its shape. How can a product that's not actually meat replicate the way meat looks both before and after it's cooked? The secret is apples. If you've ever sliced apples, you've seen how quickly they turn brown when exposed to air. By adding apple extract to its recipe, Beyond was able to make its proteins brown in the pan just like ground beef. This not only makes a finished product look more like beef, It also makes the cooking process feel a lot more like cooking with beef. It's worth noting, though, that the Beyond Burger's success in replicating meat is a bit of a double-edged sword. This has led many vegetarians and vegans to opine that the Beyond Burger is too similar to meat in its taste, texture, and appearance. But this only makes it more popular with meat eaters.
It's crazy because it really looks like real meat.
It does. It totally looks like real meat.
While Beyond's biggest competitor, the Impossible Burger, uses a patented product called leg hemoglobin to give its burgers a meaty taste and bright pink color, the Beyond Burger looks to other cosmetic solutions. By extracting the color from beets and pomegranate, Beyond is able to create a dye to turn dull grayish-brown plant proteins into a more appetizing meat-like pink. The company also uses other colors, including green and brown, for a more natural-looking pink. This type of food makeup might make some uneasy, but the reality is that a lot of foods on the market today have been spruced up for the grocery store limelight. The reality is that humans are visual creatures, which makes us easy to manipulate when it comes to food purchasing and consumption. But are these color additives harmful? NYU food studies professor Marian Nessel has written on her blog Food Politics about the issue of artificial coloring in plant-based meats. She admits that while uncolored gray burgers would be a hard sell, she's still not a fan of the fake colors, no matter how supposedly natural they may be. As she put it, "One of my personal food rules is never to eat anything artificial. These products are off my dietary radar." Overall, Beyond argues that its product is created with optimal health in mind, though some critics believe that it's too processed with too much salt, coloring, and artificial ingredients. But it at least offers clear ecological benefits. Compared to actual meat, the Beyond Burger is undoubtedly healthier for the planet, and it's pretty tasty as well.
A new way of making beef, literally cutting out the bull.
Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more mashed videos about your favorite foods are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.